Hello everyone and welcome to Mobility Academy. I'm the flexibility guy, Coach Elia, and in today's video I'm going to show you 2 strategies to improve your Cossack squats, alright? Because Cossack squats are one of the best exercises to improve your hips and legs flexibility, alright? But talking about hips and legs flexibility, let me show you my brand new book, Split Second, which is the complete playbook to learn the splits and drastically improve your flexibility level. So if you want to improve your flexibility and you also want to master the splits, because as I always say, splits are flexibility. If you master the splits, you'll master your lower body flexibility. Then I strongly suggest you check out this book following the link in the description down below. All right, now with that said, let's start. Alright guys, so now talking about Cossack squats. So Cossack squats are one of the best flexibility exercises you can do to improve your hips and legs flexibility, okay? Now, unfortunately, doing the Cossack squats on floor for beginners might be quite hard, alright? So I got 2 strategies you can use to improve your Cossack squats, which means that you're going to improve your hips flexibility and your legs flexibility, more in particular, your adductors and hip extensors flexibility. So the adductors and the posterior chain right here, all right? So the hamstrings and the glutes, all right? All you need to do, these 2 strategies right here, is a weight and a block, all right? So now let's see how to do this. So you don't want to start with the weight. The weight comes later. So first of all, the major kind of limit beginners might have during the Cossack squat, the regular Cossack squat, is lifting the heel off the floor when they go down. So they do something like this. So they start from here on the floor, of course. So they go down, and as they go down, they want to do something like this with the heel, all right? So as you can see, the heel is popping out the floor, all right? And this is not wrong, all right? But it compensates the stretch, okay? It doesn't let you feel the stretch in the hip extensors and the adductors where you should feel the stretch, okay? So you should keep your heel on the floor. But if you can't do that on the floor, what should you do? So you should use a block. So you put one foot on the block and the other foot on the floor. You spread your legs wide apart, not too much, all right? Now let's see the technique here. So you want to squat on this leg and you want to drive your hips towards that heel right there, all right? So from this position, as you squat down, you want to drive this knee out, all right? So you don't want to keep this knee in. So you want to stick your bum out, all right? You want to drive the knee out, and you want to squat down. As you squat down, you want to lift that foot's toe off the floor. So you want to do something like this. As you can see here, I'm externally rotating that foot. I have my heel well pressed against the block, as you can see here, all right? And I can stay here. Now I go up, I come back up, all right? Now, why the weight? Because some of you, like the majority of beginners who have tight hips, they can do something like this, but they can't get any lower into the stretch. And if they do get lower, they kind of feel like they're falling behind, all right? They're falling back like this. So they're falling towards their back. So if you are one of these people, you might use a weight to improve that kind of balance in the position. And this happens, so if you go down and you feel like, okay, I'm falling back, this is because you're lacking in ankle flexibility and hips flexibility, and the balance is pushing you back. So something you might do here is just keeping a weight in front of you. All right, so like this. So you grab a weight, all right, and you keep it in front of you, in front of your shoulders. This drives your center of mass forward, and you can squat deeper into the position, and you can keep a really straight torso. Because if I don't use the weight, as you can see, my torso wants to come forward this way. But if I use the weight, my torso comes back and I can keep the balance here with my heel on the block. As you can see, I can work with my full range of motion. Watch here. I can cover a really good range of motion. So I want to do something like this. All right, guys. So this is the way I always suggest people work on the Cossack squat to start. Now, once you're able, of course, to do the Cossack squat on the floor, you don't need this kind of assistance with the block and the weight. But the weight, so this is kind of a progression. So you want to start here, and then you want to slowly move on the floor with both feet. All right, but I strongly suggest you use the weight. All right, so use the weight either way, because the weight always help you stay straight with your torso. All right, so weight in front of you. All right, from this position you go down, and as you can see, I can keep a really straight torso and a straight back, and I can keep my heel on floor. All right, that's it. That's what I want to do. As you can see now, as I go into the Cossack squat, so I squat down. Now watch the muscles I'm stretching here. So as I go down, I'm stretching my adductors, all right? And the deeper I get, the deeper I stretch my hip extensors, so the muscles here, the back part of my leg and my glutes. And as you can see in the bottom position, I'm stretching deeply my adductors here because I'm pushing my knee out. So don't drive your knee in like this. You want to keep the knee out. You want to keep watching in front of you with your torso at all times. Either you're grabbing the weight or not. You just want to look in front of you with your torso, knee out, and I can stay here and I can come back up. All right. Now, guys, the way I'm suggesting you work on your Cossack squats is this. All right. So you can do dynamic repetitions, okay, where you basically go down and you come back up. All right. 6 to 10 reps. This is what I usually suggest. All right. But on the last one, so let's assume you do 6 reps, for example. On the last one, you want to stay here, maybe 5 to 10 breaths. So you just want to relax here and just want to push your hips down. You want to like straighten your body, your trunk as much as you can, and you want to stay here balancing with the weight. Now, the farther you pull the weight from your body, okay, the more you'll feel the assistance of the weight. So the more you feel like you're falling back, the more you have to push the weight away from you, and vice versa, of course. The more you can stay in the stretch, the closer you can take the weight to you, all right? So this kind of relationship here. So you can stay here 5 to 10 breaths on the final rep, and then you can slowly come back into the starting position. And of course, you want to repeat on the other leg. Make sure after the final 5 to 10 breaths, you put the weight down, you relax your leg, and you slowly come back into the starting position and you repeat the work on the other leg. All right, guys? So with that said, that's all for this strategy, these strategies, because one, block and the weight. So 2 assistances we can use in the Cossack squat to master this position. And guys, the Cossack squats are one of the best flexibility exercises to work on your hips flexibility. So make sure if you go on floor and you lift your heel off the floor, you have something to work on. Might be your ankles flexibility, might be your hips and legs flexibility, but with one single exercise, the Cossack squat, you can work on both. So if your ankles are stiff, if your hips and legs are stiff, then you should definitely try the Cossack squat progression until you can do a very good Cossack squat. Alright guys, with that said, if you enjoyed the content, please hit that like button and help me grow this YouTube channel. And if you give this exercise a go, you have any questions or doubts regarding this exercise here, please let me know in the comments down below, because I'll be really happy to answer to all your questions. Alright, that's all from the flexibility guy, Coach Elia. Have a nice stretch and see you in the next video.